Geographically, what part of the world were you born in?
Oh man, at the bottom, Douglas, Georgia. At the bottom of Georgia, Coffee County, Cricket Coffee, 912.
And where were you raised in?
Uh, I got raised in, Douglas, Coffee County till I was about 14 and I moved to South Carolina. You know what I'm saying? So I kind of got a little bit of like into Texas. I've been raised in a few places. You know what I'm saying? I feel like if you still growing and you may move to different places, then it's like you still kind of raising, you still growing. You know what I'm saying? So I like to always represent, those places I've been to and the stuff that I done learned. You know what I'm saying?
Is it a certain portion of South Carolina or Texas?
Yeah, Clover, South Carolina. Lake. It was around Lake Wiley, about 25 minutes from Charlotte. Um, and Texas, Killeen, Texas. Yeah, right over there on Fort Hood, on the base.
You mentioned 14 for the move to South Carolina. Do you want to put an age on Texas?
I was in my low 20s then. Yeah.
And what was the reason for the move to South Carolina? What was the reason for the move to Texas?
School, about the same thing almost. School and getting kicked out, and my grandparents moved up there, so I was going up there to try get another opportunity. You know what I'm saying?
Grandparents on your mother or father's
My
side?
mother's side, my baby, Daddy Whitey and Bob Slob.
Now, when you were in, mention that name one more time of Georgia. What was that place called?
Douglas, Georgia.
Douglas, Georgia.
Yes, sir.
Does it get any more specific than that? Is it a certain area you claim or represent in Douglas?
Well, I'm pretty much. I always kind of been a popular kid. I ain't this a lot of stuff ain't new. You know what I'm saying? So I from the really though south to the north side, South Gaskin, North Gaskin, straight up and down. I can walk from my cousin house from the south side all the way to my grandma's house on the north side.
And they were both on the mother side of your family?
Yeah.
And was that a certain portion of the age of 14, or that was south to north the whole up to 14?
No, that was just throughout. The city ain't that big. It's small town. I'm talking about you can, like I said, you can about walk it.
If somebody's not familiar with this portion of Georgia, but they're maybe familiar with Atlanta, how far is that from Atlanta?
It's actually 3 hours from Atlanta, 3.5. It's more closer to Florida, but it's right there by Valdosta. Tilton, Fitzgerald.
What was it really like growing up in that location of Georgia?
Oh man, it's like when you got you ain't got that much to use it's real scarce. Like you ain't got the right tools you need out there. So you have to learn a lot of stuff the hard way. It's wicked. It's real wicked out there. It ain't, but it is family. It is love. It's just that so many of them done grew up, and it's like the beef that done happen since childhood. Sometimes it grow up into adulthood, you know what I'm saying? And it cause people to envy and stuff like that. So it's just Tetris down there, But it's my hometown. I love it to death. Yeah.
Did you grow up in a two-parent household?
Well, single parent, mom really, but I had a stepdad. My stepdad, he was there, so I did kind of have something to look at to see, what a man was. You know what I'm saying? And he was a go-getter hustler, so when my mama and my stepdad, they stepdad kind of business. He owned his own business, stuff, things like that. Mom, she do nails. She always owned her own business as well. You know what I'm saying?
What age were you when the stepfather comes into the picture?
They actually was in, my mom and my stepdad was together before I was even in the picture, you know what I'm saying? So probably went off, they split for a little minute, then got back together, you know what I'm saying? But he pretty much been there the whole time.
When it comes to your biological father, do you know him? Do you have any relationship with him at all?
Yeah, I love my daddy to death, that's the only one I call daddy, you know what I'm saying? Like, I know how it is out here, how things go, so at the end of the day, I right now, with everything I got going on, you know what I'm saying, I have missed time out on trying to, get a little closer, but I most definitely gonna, want to get more closer with my pops, you know what I'm saying?
So throughout your upbringing, you kept in communication. You had communication with your biological father.
Oh yeah, yeah, it was off and on, you know what I'm saying? It wasn't just no, cause I moved with him one time, you know what I'm saying? And I got kicked out the school that, I was staying over there with him. So it was a little disagreement we had, and so but it like life, it just goes on. I'm thankful for everything, so but yeah, we most definitely gonna work on that.
So
Ain't no hard feelings.
what age was that when you were under the roof of your fathers for that time
Well,
in
I
your
had to
life?
be I was in the ninth, 10th grade then, you know what I'm saying? Ninth. Yeah, that probably right before I went to South Carolina.
So your father,
No. That was after I got back. No. Yeah, it was either before, cause I didn't stay there long, man. It was like a few months. I'm talking about, and I was out of there. By the time I played basketball season, I was done. Wasn't no more.
but your father, even though was split from your biological mother, still remained in Douglas.
He was in the town like over in Pearson. Yeah, I went to Pearson. Yeah, that was another school, probably about 15 minutes up the road.
Do you know the reason for the split between your biological father and mother, by any chance?
Nah, I never even asked. You know what I'm saying? I know how it go. They just probably grew apart. They were young, 18. You know what I'm saying? So, nah, I never asked.
Were they ever married, technically speaking?
Nah,
What about your stepfather and your mother? Were they married at some point?
yeah, they married and had a child together. My little brother, D. Malik, hood genius.
Was that the only sibling you had?
Nah, my stepdad had a son as well. He was like a year, few months older than me, but he passed in the military over there in Germany. So long live him. That was pretty much the closest thing that I had to me. You know what I'm saying? My stepbrother, cause he was right there. Like I said, my mom and stepdad been together since I was born. So he always kept his son. So he was right there. So same bunk bed, type thing.
So when your younger brother comes into the picture, you end up becoming the middle child under the roof of your mother.
Uh, Kinda, sorta.
Stepbrother was a little older than you. You were next in line, and then it was your younger brother, so to
Yeah, cause I
speak.
was I was a
You were in the
li-
middle, so to speak.
right. But by my before my little brother started walking, I was out the house. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
By the time he started walking, I'm out getting out the house. I was 11 years older than my little brother. So yeah,
so then when it was just you and your stepbrother, you were the youngest, for lack of a better phrase.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
And we'll talk about that in a little bit. But just coping with the split of your parents and dealing with that, what was that like?
I can't lie, man. When I was younger, as a child, I used to, want to be around pops. You know what I'm saying? And it been times I done been standing there waiting for pops, and pops, ain't come. It been times he done came. We done kicked it. You know what I'm saying? But it's just a lesson. Life, like, it just prepare you. It's just according to how you wanna take it. You know what I'm saying? But I used everything to my advantage. Being the only child, I had to learn a lot of things by myself. I had to do a lot of things by myself. I had to get away with things by myself. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, it was a blessing. You know what I'm saying?
Now, you mentioned single parent for a time in your life before the stepfather comes in.
Uh-huh.
Wait, I'm confused here. The stepfather was there right from the beginning.
They was just say they was dating, you know what I'm saying? It was high school, they dating, but I guess they broke up, and
Oh,
my pops came along, you know what I'm saying? Put on his game, you feel me? And left me, you know what I'm saying? So then probably like what, 2, 3, 4. I can't remember my stepdad to after that until I was like probably
Did you say 9 years old or something of that nature?
No, like three,
Oh,
4. You
okay.
know, just remembering. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Yeah, I was young.
Okay, got it. Me saying 9 years old, that may have been from a previous interview.
Yeah, yeah,
Of
yeah. I ain't hit 9 yet. I don't think I
Sorry about
said
that. I'm
9 yet.
confusing you with someone else.
No,
So
no problem.
apology there. But okay, uh, because you said only child,
Hmm.
but then your stepfather does bring in his son
Yeah.
into the
And he
pictures.
kind of had his own side of the family as well, you know what I'm saying? So like grandmas, aunties, and they family was real close, so they did trips, all that.
Was that something ever that was talked about with you and your father about those times you were waiting on him, he never showed up? Was
Yeah, I
that
done mentioned it to him, you know, I done, yeah, did him, you know, said what I done had to say to him, you know what I'm saying? But, you know, it's cool, you know, I done talked to him, I heard him out, you know, and I respect it, you know what I'm saying? I know how life is, you know what I'm saying? It's you just gotta adapt. You gotta know how to, you know, maneuver, you know. So sometimes some people fall a victim, you know what I'm saying, of different things, you know. But, you know, you gotta keep moving on at the end of the day. And if it's something I can help with and, you know, get closer to my dad and I can be the one to do that, then yeah, let's do it.
care to share the direct answer why he was not there at those times?
Well, I can't even say it was just no, you know, direct answer. He was, like mom, women, you know, I know how it is with women and men, you know what I'm saying? And when you kind of have this little energy between the one that you were sleeping with, you know what I'm saying? It causes a little friction, you know, and not saying the child have nothing to do with it because I have kids myself, you know, but it's like sometimes, and I'm not saying my mama did this at all, you know, but I know women, you know, women have their own way of moving and doing things. So I don't know. I don't know the situation. You know, I haven't asked. I haven't asked about it, but I just know, you know, I love them both.
So when you were raised under the roof of your mother, that was a choice beyond you. That wasn't your own choice. That was already a decision that was made for you. You were under the roof of your mother.
Yeah, but I about wanted to be. You know what I'm saying? I probably about wanted, you know, just because as a child, you know, this mom dudes. You know what I'm saying? I gotta make sure she good, just like she make sure I'm good. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, that's yeah. I would have wanted to be with her because she the one who was with me the whole time. You feel me?
So when there was that little stint of you under the roof of your father, and you mentioned getting kicked out of a school there, was that your own choice at that point in your life, or was that beyond your control? That was your father
Well, it was
wanting you.
still kind of my mama, you know, trying to, you know, making me do better, you know what I'm saying? And, you know, I just went over there. Plus, Pops done kind of had a little money, you know, you feel what I'm saying? Not just, no, they wasn't rich or anything, but, you know, they had a little bread by themselves, so it was cool, you know.
So if there was a circle chart of 100%, what percentage would you say was under the roof of your mother during your upbringing versus your father?
Oh, 95.
95 under your mother.
Yeah. Well, I can't just say, well, yeah, well, under my mother and grandma, you know what I'm saying? But my mom, my grandma come with my mother, you know what I'm saying? Because she looking out for her child as well, you feel me? And that's my baby too, my grandma, you know? Yeah.
Is there a percentage there between mother and grandmother?
It ain't just no percentage, you know what I'm saying? They all both got their own thing, you know what I'm saying? It's like mom made sure I was strict, respectable, made sure things got, you know, handled, and grandma like, do you, make sure you, you know, don't half step, you know, if you're gonna do it, go all the way, you know? So it was like, it's a balance, it was a balance.
For some people, dealing with the split of one parents can be a traumatic experience. You mentioned those times you would wait for your father and things of that nature. Was that something mentally or emotionally that's you've had some professional help over with?
Nah, I haven't. I haven't. Um, yeah, I haven't. I haven't had no professional help with that.
Be that as it may, do you want it?
Uh, I wouldn't mind sitting down, you know what I'm saying, talking, you know, to counselor, therapy, you know, whatever, to, you know, just because I know that trauma, you know, is just period, life trauma period, as a growing up and seeing a lot of things that, we may not supposed to see, or, just learning life, living and seeing, like, yeah, so I feel like everybody kind of deserve a little therapy, you know what I'm saying? But I most definitely do.
Now, what did that teach you? What did you learn from the upbringing you had, coping with the split of your parents, being under the roof of your mother and grandmother, maybe 5% under the roof of your father? Just taking that into culmination, was there something that you haven't mentioned yet in this portion of questions that you took away from that experience?
Um, I can just say I was like kind of the gold, like the black sheep, but golden child as well, because I was kind of here and there, you know what I'm saying? Like everybody wanted me around, you know what I'm saying? So I guess that kind of got me my networking skills, you know what I'm saying? I ain't scared to go over here or go over there. I ain't scared to come to somebody with respect, and don't go for nothing, less than that, Once I come with my respect, it's like, hey, well, we gonna go from here, and but yeah.
Now, circumstances could be different for everyone, but generally speaking, let's say somebody's watching this interview and they're dealing with the split of their parents.
Mm-hmm.
Anything you would say to them?
I would just say, whichever one that you happen to stay with, uh, talk to them, see how much you can get out of them, you know what I'm saying? And for the one that you're not, call them, you know what I'm saying? Get both sides of the story, and just try to use what you can to feel like is the best answer for you. You got to cipher that stuff through, strain it out like you do the noodles with the water. You got to take in what you want and let out the rest. But yeah, just talk.
Anything else on this topic of a split?
Um,
Now, you did have the step brother on when you were under the roof of your mother. What was the age difference there?
for my stepbrother,
Yeah.
like a year and a half.
Okay.
Yeah,
He was older than you.
yeah.
What was that like being the younger of the two?
Uh, it was like that was my brother. You know what I'm saying? Like that's what I got from that. Like as much as I say I was the only child, I still, because it was like his mom wasn't as fortunate. You know what I'm saying? That's why his pops was there in his life, and I just used to always, I can remember just me anytime he needed something to wear, or like I just used to go get my stuff. 'Cause like I had a godmama, grandmama, all and I used to always have. They used to give it to me. You know what I'm saying? So I just used to make sure he was straight, and not show he was straight. Anybody that was around me, that didn't have, I was always the one that wanted to hear. Let's share this. Let's break this down.
So, just for clarification, again, if there's a circle chart of 100%, what percentage was he under the roof and you had an older sibling versus you being the only child?
One more time.
Okay, what's the percentage of him being under the roof of your mother versus him not being under the roof and you were the only child?
Oh, I'd say probably
Rough estimate.
68, 72, something there like that. Yeah.
You were the only child?
Yeah, 68, 72. Yeah.
Okay.
Cause like I said, he had his own family, like his own side of the family, and like sometimes he might be over there with them, and I'm there with mom and his pops. You know what I'm saying? So it's
So,
just
go ahead. Didn't mean to cut you off.
yeah. But like I said though, probably yeah, about 72, 75. You know what I'm saying? Cause like his daddy, he's been in his daddy life the whole time. But some of them percentages is just when he's with his other family.
So 75, you were the only child, 25%, he would be in the mix.
No, 75% he was there.
Oh, 75% he was there. Okay,
Yeah.
got it.
But when I say only child, see when you like, mom, we got a stepdad, you know what I'm saying? And you got a grandma that, like have their ways. It's certain things stepdads can't do, you know what I'm saying? Like, so when I say only child, it was like I ain't got whooped by my stepdaddy but one time. You feel what I'm saying? So if my pops would have, I would have got way more ass whipping than I got. You feel what I'm saying? So it's like, yeah, yeah.
Now, which did you prefer? Did you, looking back on how everything played out, did you prefer when another sibling was under that roof with you, or did you prefer it when when you were literally the only child and no one was under the roof there? When there would be times he would be with his own family, so to speak, right? And you were the
Yeah,
only one under.
it's been a lot of times, it's been a lot of times that I just,
Which did
lo-
you prefer? Did you prefer having another sibling there, or did you
yeah,
prefer
yeah,
being
oh
by
yeah, I
yourself?
most definitely. That's why I ran to the streets looking for a brother, like a dad, like, somebody that, you know, that I can have that loyalty, that bond with, you know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Now, what do you take from that? What did that teach you? What did you learn from that experience of having a sibling there under the same roof?
It just taught you, how to stick by, like someone, just it, it's it's weird, you know what I'm saying? Because like I can't explain it. The relationship it's been so long, and then just how everything was like. It was a gift though to have him in my life. You feel what I'm saying? Like, and I be missing him. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it'd be a lot of stuff that I be wanting to see. You feel what I'm saying? But yeah, that's my dog.
Now, circumstances could be different for everyone, but generally speaking, let's say somebody's watching this and they have a step sibling. Anything you would say to them?
Treat him like your own. Like, yeah, treat them like your own. You feel me? Like, cause it ain't all like you ain't always gonna have somebody around. Even if you got siblings that you might not be talking to. You feel what I'm saying? Like, you gotta connect. You feel me? Like, put a lot of stuff behind you, especially if it ain't death, life or death. You know what I'm saying? You gotta let that go, man, and get close and just build.
Are you getting a little emotional here?
Not no more. It's gone. I was at first, but I'm good now. I was
W-
thinking about my brother, but I'm good now.
Yeah, curious as what was triggering that.
Just like him not being here, and then just as much as I done went through, you feel what I'm saying, and how much I done elevated, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, that
Hypothetically speaking, what do you think he would think
what
of the stuff that he missed of this elevation?
he'll know me. He wouldn't. It wouldn't be nothing that he wouldn't believe. You know what I'm saying? Cause like even growing up with any of the sports, anything that I did, I always been very talented. You feel what I'm saying? Like I was always kind of had the light shined on me. Kind of had a God given gift. So he wouldn't be surprised. It'll just be like, cause he like I said, he was in the military. He was doing his thing. You know what I'm saying? He had a strict dad. You feel what I'm saying? His daddy was a daddy on him. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, and it was just to know as much as he went through. You know what I'm saying? As a child, to have a dad right there. Like yeah, it was tough. It was tough.
Now, there may be some viewers watching this that are surprised to see you get emotional here, even if it was for a split second.
Right.
They see the pranks and jokes and sarcasm on social media, on your YouTube and
Yeah.
Instagram and things of that nature. Do they ever see a glimpse of this raw emotion you just displayed?
Nah,
Is that ever shown in your YouTube? Is that ever shown in your social media platforms, or
I
is this?
haven't, you know what I'm saying? But I'm kind of, I love hard. You feel what I'm saying? So like, when I rock with you, I rock with you. You feel me? So if I feel, I'm a man. Tears come. Like, a lot of times I feel us as men, being that we was raised by our moms a lot of time, even though we ran to the streets, doing all that, but yeah, we was getting fed a lot of emotional, ways. You feel what I'm saying? So it's like, yeah, I very much so, get emotional, but just going it head first in them streets done taught me a whole nother. But my brother though, that I was right there with, you know what I'm saying? That's a different ball game. Like I ain't that is yeah.
Anything else on this topic of siblings?
My little brother D. He the GOAT, hood genius. I love him to death, and I wish that's another reason too. Like I wish he had the opportunity to experience him. His real, his brother as well. Yeah. And it be that's just to see him sometimes. Some of the stuff he do, it remind me of him. You know what I'm saying? And I be telling him all the time though, just to let him know though. So.
So your little brother never got a chance to experience.
Yeah, he got chance but not like I did. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, he did, yeah. He would have loved him. They was just alike, man. They would have been best of friends, man.
When it comes to social media, Instagram, YouTube, do you incorporate D in any of those videos in the past or
Yeah, yeah.
okay.
D's got in, videos. D always been around, anytime I need, help with anything, cause that's a smart guy right there. Like Joe got his MBA, you know what I'm saying? So it's almost like he kind of learned from my childhood and the things that I went through. You feel what I'm saying? And it kind of helped him, want to do better. And he had his mom and dad in the house. That was a great thing. They worked that out to make sure that happened. And you see what it got you. You know what I'm saying? So he kind of learned everything that I didn't learn. And right now we in a place in our life where we using that to our advantage. You know what I'm saying?
So does he play a formal role in your career at all?
Oh
Like a
yeah.
position, a
Yeah,
specific?
I can't give him. I'm not gonna label him. He's my brother. He got whatever that's mine. You feel me? Like I always wanted a brother, and this little joker here, he got my heart. You feel me? Like he the only one that can just, yeah, he the only one that can just, I just like, hey, you got it. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, he ain't got no label. That's my brother. He got access to.
Well, the reason for this question is sometimes family members do play roles in a person's career. Could be road manager, could be security,
Oh
could
well,
be accounting, could
he
be.
he handles a lot of stuff, with what I got going on, you know what I'm saying? But I can't just give him no label because he's versatile and he's my brother, you know what I'm saying? Like we same mama, come from the same house, you know what I'm saying? So we relate so much, you know what I'm saying? So it's like we use that, as therapy sometimes with the both of us.
When it comes to your social media that was referenced here, if people watching this are getting to know you for the very first time, care to share your handles on screen names on Instagram, YouTube, and OnlyFans?
You say, okay,
Care to share your screen name or handles on those
oh yeah,
platforms?
most
Yeah.
definitely. Mazi GA. That's MAZI GA. Yep, on all social media platforms except YouTube. That's moving on with Mazi.